journey.
Wow, Spirit is in this place. Welcome, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Traverse City. My name is Yvette Babin Ringsmith, and on behalf of the whole music team, volunteer team, I'd like to welcome you and Reverend Kit Holmes here this morning. Always a pleasure to have Kit back with us. We've got a couple of announcements. You'll see them up here on the slides. Past life readings. Just a reminder that Julie Chai is doing past life concurrent life readings in the meditation room during fellowship. Through these readings, you can gain insights into the challenges, gifts, higher learnings, and potentials of your current life, which could help you move forward into your highest potential. The cost is $10 for a 15-minute reading, with all proceeds being given to Unity of Traverse City. The transition team, please remember the transition team is meeting today following fellowship. And the Oracle Within, please join this group for a night of fun and divination for new or seasonal readers alike in a relaxed group atmosphere. Bring your own Oracle or Tarot deck, or borrow a deck for the night to sharpen your intuitive skills and gain insight into the life path you're on. Please RSVP on the sign-up sheet in the foyer. And the Compassionate Choices Group, in honor of Earth Month, the Compassionate Choices Group is sponsoring a vegan potluck on April 13th following the service, so that's 2 weeks from today. There's a sign-up sheet in the hallway if you'd like to participate and bring a plant-based dish to pass. And following fellowship, they'll be showing a documentary called Let Us Be Heroes, which explores the impact of our food and lifestyle choices on our health, our home planet, and our values. Please join us for a delicious meal and thought-provoking film. And a Tree Hugger's Guide to Prosperity. April 21st is another fun event for you to enjoy. This is a learn shop for exploring spiritual principles for thriving as taught by Unity and the natural world. Applying these principles with ordinary purchases as investments gives new thought to making a sustainable difference in our world. Participants are encouraged to review and challenge the experiences called lack and limitation, and form a new intent for prospering in all ways, at home or at work, in relationships, and of course with finances, for the good of all. This Learn Shop will be facilitated by Reverend Kathy Harwood Long, President of Great Lakes Unity Region, a core team member of Unity Worldwide Ministries Earth Care Program, and a member of the Council of Elders at Upland Hills School and Ecological Awareness Center. Kathy invites systemic changes in the lives of individuals and spiritual communities for the sake of the earth and the children that inherit her. Please plan to join her for this fun and educational event. That is also the Sunday that, she'll be speaking actually on the Sunday before this Monday class, and we're really looking forward to having her here. Spring cleanup. Please mark your calendars for Saturday, April 26th at 10 a.m. when we will be doing our annual spring cleanup around our beautiful campus. Please bring your rakes, leaf blowers, pruning shears, and any other lawn tools you may have. It's a fun time and very rewarding. And we get to see the fruits of our labor every time when we come back, and the campus looks more and more beautiful and cleaned up, and everyone can look around and go, we all did this together, and it really is exciting. If you're not able to help with the physical work but would like to bring a little refreshment for the group, that would be also very welcome. Either way, please plan to join us. Volunteers are needed to be greeters, ushers, and to help in the kitchen. If you're interested in helping, please see Lori Coburn. Lori, can you raise your hand? There she is. Yes, thank you, Lori. We're always grateful to everyone who shares their time and talents with us. Anything else to say, Lori? Okay, great. And then a last announcement from Bob.
I really don't have an announcement. I just wanted to give Yvette's voice a break for a second. Ever since we started taking online donations, we've been using PayPal, primarily because they were the only ones around at one time. And they do a very nice job, but they also do charge fees for that. As a nonprofit, we get a reduced rate, but every donation that is made through PayPal, there's about a 2% fee that goes to them. What that means is that over the last 2 years, we have paid PayPal over $1,600, which is a pretty good chunk of change. I think we'd all agree we'd rather have that in our bank account than PayPal's. And there's a company called Zeffy, which does not charge any fees at all to nonprofits. So we have gone ahead and set up a website. Molly, would you go to the next slide, please? Which would allow you to donate just as you would on PayPal, but with no charge or no reduction of your donation. This is similar to what you would find on the website. Again, you just put in the amount of your donation. If further down, you put in your information for payment and so forth. Molly, the next one, please. One thing you have to watch out for, Zeffy makes their money by getting donations from donors. When you make a donation, you can donate to Zeffy, and that's how they stay in business. Like some restaurants at this point, they will put a donation in there for you automatically, but you can change that. Next slide, please. These are the amounts that come up when you go to the website. There's an other. Next slide. you can put in 0. So if you don't choose to make a donation, just put in 0 and you will not be charged anything other than the donation you want to make to the church. I probably will do a donation every once in a while. It's a great service, it's free, but we should not have to think that we have to make a donation every time we give to the church, because we do not. So that is set and ready to go. We'll be getting links on all of our online sites. And once that's set up, I would just highly encourage and ask everybody use Zephy, because we will get 100% of what is donated by whoever makes that contribution. Thank you.
So if we are currently using PayPal, we need to migrate over to
Yes.
that. It's nothing that automatically
No,
happens.
no, you would, yeah, if you're using, and a lot of us are using PayPal on a monthly basis, we would need to set up an account at Zephy, so that would be ready to go. Okay, and one last thing I forgot about to put on the list was Christine Kelly.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, friends. Namaste. Now I'm not scared. I want to give you something to think about, because once you start the thought, then you start creating the action. There is a World Day of Prayer happening, a retreat happening at Unity Village. I needed note cards. September 8th through the 12th. It says on their advertisements that it's $399. Actually, what it came out to be when I registered, because I'm going, because I thought about it and I'm gonna do it, and I'm scared. No, up until now I was scared. It actually came out to $427 for the registration. And rooms, you can get a discount on your room at Unity Village if you register for this. The discounted price is $139. Actually, when you register, it comes out to the 3 nights and 5 days, 3 nights. It comes out to $599. But with all of this, let me tell you, there is breakfast, lunch includes dinner on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and there's breakfast at the hotel on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's shuttle coming from the airport to Unity Village. I don't have that price yet, and I don't have the price of my flights yet. And they can rent golf carts if you want to drive around Unity Village. And let me tell you, I got to tell you this, just this one part. There are some wonderful speakers, but the focus is our prayer and our connection with Spirit, and the music at this is all provided by our own Kit Holmes. It's not Kit and a bunch of other people. It is Kit Holmes, and she has. I made some flyers here for everybody. She has a very nice wallet-sized picture if you want to cut it out. It's a lovely picture. Right? And when my computer was printing this out for me, it came out fine right at first. It came out to, like 4 pages. Okay, 4 pages. So I printed out 4 pages, and I stapled it together, and then I tried to do more. It did not come out right the second time when more were flying out. Some reason my computer thought I needed announcements of 3 other retreats, but I put them in here because you might be interested in that too. So,
Where will this be? Are you going to have those flyers out?
yeah, I'll set the whole thing out there. Okay. But during the retreat, there will be time for you to explore our sacred spaces, including chapels, the fountain graced courtyard, award-winning rose garden, 12 Powers prayer garden, the labyrinth, offering countless opportunities to connect with spirit in stillness and prayer. Wow. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Christine, for that inspiring. And for all of you that haven't been to Unity Village before, it's an inspiring place. So hopefully we can have a good showing there, and I'm excited to see Kit there too. We'll be sure to cut out all of our pictures and take them with you. All right, I think that we have, let's see, a congregational song.
Everyone like to stand while sing God You Are. God you are, every mountain, God you are, every ocean, God you are, every canyon, every inch of earth and sky, God you are, every morning, God you are, every midnight, God you are, every moment, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God you are, every sunrise, God you are, every moon glow, God you are, every star shine, every inch of earth and sky, God you are, every springtime, God you are, every snowfall, God you are, every season, every second of my life. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. And you are the very breath I breathe. And your perfect love created me. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. Everything I see, everything I do, everything I am is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you.
All right, as we move into the next section of the service, I invite us to turn within for a moment for our opening prayer. So take a deep breath. Divine Spirit, running through, between, connecting each and every one of us. We gather here this morning in gratitude, seeking guidance and unity. And may our time together be filled with purpose and understanding. And so it is. Amen. Let's join together in our affirmation, the statement of unity found on the slide. Together, I claim divine love to spread harmony throughout the world. Thank you.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me love. Where there is injury, a pardon, Lord. And where there's doubt, true faith in you. Make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair in life, help me bring hope. Where there is darkness, only light. And where there's sadness, ever joy. Oh, Master, grant that I may never seek so much that to be exalted and console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to be loved with all my soul. Make me a channel of your peace, in pardoning where we are pardoned, in giving of ourselves that we receive, and in dying that we're born to eternal life.
As we move into our time of meditation and the lights come down, I invite you to gently close your eyes if that's comfortable. Clear your lap. Maybe rest your hands on your knees. Gently rock those back and forth. Maybe roll your shoulders back and gently move your head from side to side, releasing any tension there. And with each breath out, imagine blowing any thoughts or concerns aside. Breathing in and moving those thoughts on their way. You can pick them up later if you want, but just set them aside for this time of turning in. You can invite the love and divine light down in through your crown. Feel it moving down into your chest. Let it roll around in your chest and heart space. Breathe it in. Feel it move down through your body, down your legs, out your feet into the earth. Another breath in and release. Today's daily word is on world peace, envisioning harmony. I share my peaceful prayer with the world. Peace begins with me and radiates from me. I lift my vision to the elevated consciousness that Jesus called the kingdom of heaven. This realm is not found up in the sky or even far above my awareness. This peace rests in my heart, and I focus on it in prayer to help heal the world. I remain realistic about the struggles in communities and nations and do what I can to offer service and aid to those in need. But I can also hold a higher perspective and prayerfully envision the world I would like to help create. More than a wish or even a hope, I believe world peace is possible. This belief flourishes in my consciousness and informs my every action. I join with others, working toward this world peace. And as we rest in this moment, envisioning what that looks like, turn within in the quiet for just a moment. And I invite you to bring your attention back to this space, your energy back into your heart space. And a deep breath in, and we release, and we know this or something better. And so it is. Amen. One, two, three. Wind in the trees, taunting you, teasing you. Come out and play. Wind in the trees, beckoning, heckling. Who are you trying to please? Good little student, so well behaved, sequestered with all of your schoolwork. You take extra credit wherever you can, because you must learn, you must
taunting you, teasing you. Come out and play. The wind in the trees, beckoning, heckling. Who are you pleasing today? A breeze can be frightfully playful to a heart like a kite on a string. What would it be you'd let go of if you knew you could have everything? Wind in the trees, taunting you, teasing you. Come out and play. Wind in the trees, beckoning, heckling. Who are you pleasing today? Who are you pleasing today? Wind in the trees.
Ladies and gentlemen, the talented Reverend Kit Holmes.
Thank you so much, Yvette. Thank you, music team, and welcome back, Ken Dinkins. Where are you? Welcome back, man. It's good to have you back. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Kelly. And we send good well wishes and good rest to both Carol and Rolland. They've been through some things and just needed a day off. So we bless them, and we know things are always going to work out the way they need to. So, my question this morning, what would it be you'd let go of if you knew you could have everything? What would you let go of in favor of having everything? It's a good question, isn't it? I'm talking this morning about mindset, talking about being grounded, the wind in the trees, also being grounded and being flexible at the top. I think in some other, maybe, I don't know if I've shared this story with you before. When I wrote that song, I was in the middle of what was called a 14-day songwriting challenge. And the requirement or the rules were you write a song every day for 14 days, and you post it in a shared file to keep yourself accountable to your fellow songwriters. And on that particular day, I was pretty cranky about having to do that. I was following the prompt to be a part of the songwriting challenge. It was stretching me. It was stretching my comfort zone. It was moving me out of my old way of doing things, which was usually perfectionism, which meant I usually didn't get a whole lot done because I was so worried about doing it right, making it perfect before anybody else in the world would hear it. The gist of the whole exercise was to remove the inner critic from the equation, to remove the perfectionism, to remove the perfectionist that said, everything must be right. Well, I can tell you that the day that I wrote that song, there was some music hanging around. It was actually a guitar lick that I'd been working on for a while, and I was really, as I said, ornery, cranky, that I have to write today. The metaphor I'm going for here, of course, is spiritual practice. There are some days we just don't want to do it. Is that true? There are some days where it feels really good to be cranky and ornery and say all the cuss words. And yet, with our human selves, yes, of course we have that. But in these particular times that we're in, it is so vitally important that we allow ourselves to have the feeling without letting it have us, because what happens is we have the feeling, we start going down the rabbit holes, and the next thing we know, our energy, our power, our strength, we have just given it all away. And I can tell you from my experience that when I do that, I get even crankier. I get more resentful. It's like, and I can't believe I just did that again, right? It's about letting go of the feeling. We say, but it's so big, it's such a big thing. Let me tell you about feelings, and you know about feelings, you know what they feel. The most radical idea that I came across a number of years ago was that my feelings are actually a result of what I am thinking. I see nodding heads of those of you who understand that. It's like, but I feel this, but the feeling didn't just come upon you. A thought crossed your mind first. It pulled up a memory, it pulled up an experience, it pulled up something that brought that emotion out. I know I've spoken about this before, but there's several people that talk about this, but our emotions, if we allow them, only last 90 seconds. Unless we keep re-engaging with them, because what happens when we re-engage with anger, we get an adrenaline rush, do we not? When we engage with a memory of somebody that we're in love with, we get an adrenaline rush. We get the cortisol. We get the feel-goods. When somebody breaks our heart and we're not sure that they're thinking about us anymore because they left us, we bring them to mind and we go, oh, they hurt me so bad. Because we get a physiological response that feels good, whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling or however we judge the feeling. But if we let it come through, if we allow ourselves to say, I am angry in this moment, and accept it and say, it's a part of being human, and let it go, we make the space to find the peace, the joy, the power that we would really love to be living in, or that we say we would love to live in. Something that came to mind this last week, and boy, oh my, that's all I have to say. It's just a common occurrence, right? This thought dropped in my meditation that said the most effective way to dissolve or to dismantle the chaos, the darkness, the bullying, the power over is to seek and cultivate joy. I hear the gasps, like, wait, what is she talking about? Take a breath, it's okay. Here's what I mean by that. It all goes back to owning our power, knowing who we are, knowing that we are divine expressions, knowing that we have everything that we need, all the ideas, all the supply, all of the ideas. That's where it begins. Let's just start there. When we have the space and when we are in joy, we are relaxed. We are not in survival mode. We are not fighting against. We are open. It is a radical idea, but stay with me. If you think about, I'm going to say me in my thinking. If I am fearful that someone's going to show up on my doorstep and disappear me, which is a possibility in this day and age, what would I say? What would I do? And the image that came to mind to me was, and we see this often, is that someone will show up in full military garb, flak jacket, helmet, shield, gun, all the works. And the thing that dropped in about that for me was, who is the one that's afraid here? If I'm standing here in this outfit, this is my uniform today as a minister. I am unarmed. I don't have a flak jacket. I don't have weapons. I don't have anything on me. Who is the one that's afraid? It's a radical idea, I know, because of course we're intimidated. I remember several years ago, the first time I went into a grocery store in Texas, and Texas loves guns. And somebody was carrying a semi-automatic rifle on their back in the grocery store. Because open carry, legal, completely legal. Intimidating as all get out, absolutely. And I remember the feeling of taking a breath, and the next feeling that came was, what are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? When we live in fear, we imprison ourselves. If I'm walking throughout life all day long thinking, this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, or this is going to happen, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to continue to imprison myself and give my power away to someone else. And the second thing that's going to happen that is in my consciousness, if I keep putting it out there that this is going to happen to me, it very most likely will. That is how spiritual law works. The immutable, neutral law that only says yes. And if we are walking and talking around saying, this is, none of us knows when we're going to die. None of us knows how we're going to die. And if I live in fear of this is how I'm going to die, I would prefer not to go that way. I have been very, very, very mindful about putting that out into the atmosphere. To go gently, to go quickly. I don't want to linger and suffer. Nobody does. But if in my consciousness is rolling around there all day in, day out, that I have to fear life or fear death, and the thing is, we know that if we fear death, that to me means we have not lived. We have been afraid to live. And something that I have become more and more and more empowered by in myself is I refuse to be afraid to live anymore. Like all of you, been through some stuff. Everybody's been through stuff. Sometimes all squished together at the same time, and it's really overwhelming almost and overpowering. But here is the thing. I'm going to quote a lot of Pema Chodron. How many of you are familiar with her? Yes. She is an American Buddhist monk. Brilliant, brilliant. I was introduced to her 30 years ago, and wow. She says, if right now our emotional reaction to seeing a certain person or hearing certain news is to fly into a rage or get despondent or something equally extreme, it's because we have been cultivating that particular habit for a long time. Ouch. That's from a book in 2009 called Taking the Leap, Freeing Ourselves from Old Habits and Fears. In this teaching, it is all about mental practice, consciousness, being aware of what it is we are thinking about day in and day out, not moving around on autopilot and letting everybody else define who we are or how we feel. The biggest shift in my practice was learning to change my language around saying, you made me feel this way. Nobody can make me feel anything without my agreement. It brings us back to the responsibility, and that is what consciousness work is. We and only we are in charge of how we feel. If you want to know what you've been thinking about, check in with how you're feeling. And remember that letting the emotion go, acknowledging it, saying, yes, I'm angry right now, letting it move on, or I want to stay in it, that's a choice. Absolutely, and you can do it. But you know that the life is not pleasant when we stay in that place. So this idea of seeking and cultivating joy, it reminds me of and I know many of you know this, that photograph from the Vietnam protests of a flower child sticking a daisy in the barrel of a gun. Again, full military garb, and somebody smiling and sticking a daisy in the barrel of the gun. Which one of you is afraid here? It is a radical idea when our conditioned thinking is, yes, we're supposed to protect ourselves, protect our families, put up our dukes. We know, especially in these times, that it does not work. It only increases the strife. From Pema's book, When Things Fall Apart, when things are shaky and nothing is working, we might do well to realize that we are on the verge of something. I have learned this in my own practice, that when I get those moments of cranky and I'm pulling in and I feel like I'm reacting and I'm doing all kinds, and I had one this week, Thursday morning, as a matter of fact. Maybe it was Saturday, I don't remember. I was doing some research. Pulling up quotes and things for my talk. And I went online to go to a resource. Yes, exactly. And something popped up, and another thing had happened, and another thing had happened, and another thing had happened, and it got to an unhealed place in me. And I went to fear, I went to anger, I went to all of it. The thing was, I have practiced enough to know, okay, I'm in this, now what do I do? I called my support system. I did my treatment work, my prayer work, my meditation work, working with the inner self to say, okay, what is this really about? This is the presenting problem, but it's not what's going on at the core of me. It triggered an unhealed place in my consciousness that came up for me to heal. And I tracked it. I tracked it pretty quickly. Basically, it's what we all have. It's the abandonment wound. It's feeling out of control and feeling powerless. And when I was able to get right back to that place that said, what am I afraid of, and who am I afraid of, and who am I giving my power to right now? Who am I giving my power to right now? Am I willing to let go of it in order to have peace? Absolutely. That is what I would let go of in order to have everything. Peace, joy, balance, compassion, friendliness, kindness in the world. It's absolutely possible. Pema goes on, the only time we ever really know what's going on is when the rug's been pulled out and we can't find anywhere to land. Think about that for a minute. When we are really knocked out of our comfort zone, when the rug's been pulled out from under us, and everything that we have known before doesn't work, we have to, as she said, we use these situations either to wake ourselves up or to put ourselves to sleep. To stay with the shakiness, to stay with a broken heart, with the feeling of hopelessness, that is the path to true awakening. Sticking with the uncertainty, getting the knack of relaxing in the midst of chaos, learning not to panic, this is the spiritual path. So the most radical form of resistance to darkness and to chaos is to say, okay, it's there in front of me and I refuse to be taken down by it. To seek and nurture and cultivate joy. And I know it feels like a big old wrench in the machine in the brain. But it goes back to that place. How do you want to feel? You get to choose that. You get to choose how you feel about everything and anything. Everything and anything. Standing in the truth of who you are requires knowing who you are. That is spiritual practice. Staying open at the top. Staying open at the top, that's a very common saying in Science of Mind with Ernest Holmes. Meaning, we stay teachable. We stay curious. We stay interested. We stay engaged knowing that the only constant in life is change. And the second part of that is knowing that the only constant in all of that is the presence of God, expressing in and through and as us. And when we practice knowing that, the joy actually starts to become automatic. If I focus my attention day in and day out saying, everything I need, we sang about it this morning. Everything I am, everything I do, everything I need is you, God. And you know I'm not talking about an that word. I can see it on the paper, and I'm like, yes, I know how to say it. And then as soon as I get in front of you, everything we do, everything we see, everything we think, everything we feel. Our thoughts bring up our emotions create energy. We are all energy vibration. That's all we do, every one of us all day long, bouncing off each other and connecting with each other and moving it, right? Yeah. We can choose to raise the vibration, absolutely. That's what this teaching is about. So stay teachable, curious, interested, flexible, welcoming to Spirit, that what Spirit seeks to express through each one of us. The last quote that I have from Pema Chodron, she says, nothing goes away until it has taught us what we need to know. So if it keeps coming around, and this is not an indictment. It is awareness. If it keeps coming around, there is something that we have not yet learned or healed. Most likely, we haven't healed it. So think about the most radical act of resistance, and it's not even a resistance, it's an acceptance that joy does exist in everything. If we seek it, if we cultivate it, it can come from, and we know this too, we know this throughout history, human history, that joy can come from the most chaotic, destructive. When we're going through it, yes, it's messy and it's painful. This is not easy work, and I know you know that. But we are moving into a new time where the information is coming so quickly. I'm not just talking about from the media. It's from the awareness, the awakening that is happening. So stay open. Be willing to let go of that thing or those things to make space for knowing you can have everything that you want. Affirm daily, hourly, if necessary, that all is well and all will be well. Because in the one mind of which we are all a part, that one part of ourselves, it knows its connection to source. All is well right now. We just have to seek it and cultivate it. Thank you so much. Good to be with you again.
Relevant, powerful, empowering, like always. Thank you so much, Kit. This is our time of love offering. Excuse me. A time to share our financial gifts with the ministry. And as children of a loving God, we live in the light of abundance, deeply grateful for all that has been given and all that is to come. We embrace the good that God provides with joy and thanksgiving, and together we speak our prosperity blessing found on the screen. Together. Thy is always offering me unlimited good, and I accept it with gratitude. So it is.
One. I surrender to the power and presence of love within me, and all is well, all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of love within me, and all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me, and all is well.
All is well.
All is well.
All is well.
I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me, and all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of joy within me, and all is well.
All is well.
All is well.
All is well.
I surrender to the power
Thank you again. Thank you, music team. Ken earlier this morning, all of our volunteers this morning, our greeters, those back in the fellowship hall. We do have chaplains that are available up here after the service and in the hallway if you'd like private individual prayer. And if you're here for the first time, our ushers do have a welcome packet if you would like to take one of those from them. So if at this time you would like to join in a circle, we can sing our closing prayer. Good morning. How are you? All right, let's all take a deep breath and Mother, Father, God, Divine Spirit, thank you for this morning. Thank you for the message, for the opportunity to connect and to be as one. We are so grateful. Any prayer requests, please share them in the circle, either out loud or to yourself. World peace. Palestinian. Israel. And Divine Spirit, we hold these prayers up to their highest good and know that it is so. We're so grateful. And together, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.